Sudanese and Ethiopian military comparison. The Sudanese army ranks 76th out of 138 armies around the world, while the Ethiopian army ranks 60th. The Sudanese Air Force owns 190 assorted military aircraft, while the Ethiopian army has only 86 aircrafts. The Sudanese army has more than 690 combat tanks, while the Ethiopian army has 400 combat tanks. The Sudanese Air Force owns 73 military helicopters and 43 are attack helicopters, while the Ethiopian army has 33 military helicopters and 8 are attack helicopters. We will give you background information first and going back to see the detailed comparison. Ethiopia accuses Sudan of violating its border and calls for negotiations to address the crisis. But the Sudanese allegedly claim that the Ethiopian army carried out provocative operations, which resulted in the killing of civilians inside the Sudanese border. Tensions and military confrontations between Sudan and Ethiopia along their border have become imminent and flared since the start of the conflict in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region in early November. Sharing long border frontier, the two neighboring countries have long feuded over the Al-Fashqa region. The border tensions come at a time when Ethiopia, Sudan and Egypt are also trying to resolve a three-way dispute over the controversial dam Ethiopia is building on the Blue Nile, known as the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Ethiopia has accused Sudanese forces of pushing further into a contested border region that has been the site of deadly clashes in recent weeks, warning that its peaceful approach to the dispute has its limit. The Sudanese side seems to be pushing in so as to inflame the situation on the ground, Ethiopian Foreign Ministry spokesman Dina Mufti told reporters on Tuesday. Ethiopia claims that Sudan and Egypt seek war to deter Ethiopia from filling the dam, and if possible, to delay the filling of the dam indefinitely. Ethiopia says it has repeatedly reiterated its stand for peaceful solutions through negotiations. Ethiopia also expresses that Ethiopia is not an aggressor, but burial place for aggressors as history repeatedly witnessed. Ethiopia says it tries to promote peace more than war and it deals with the crisis in calm and responsible way as it is win-win solution for every party involved. Disclaimer: we understand that war is ugly and costly. Not only in terms of the deaths and casualties and the economic costs borne by the people involved, but also the psychological, social, developmental, environmental and strategic costs of conflict are far-reaching. We do not support war. We are not warmongering or encouraging or advocating aggression towards other countries, but we present informative facts. Hence, this is purely for comparison and by no means inciting war or conflict. This said, here is a comparison between the Sudan and Ethiopian armies based on figures provided by the Global Firepower website, accessed on January 12, 2021. Military rank out of 138 countries, Sudan, 67. Ethiopia, 60. Ethiopia ranks higher. Population, Sudan, 43,120,843. Ethiopia, 108,386,391. Ethiopia has more manpower available, Sudan, 24,061,430. Ethiopia, 41,143,474. Ethiopia has more. Fit for service, Sudan, 15,351,193. Ethiopia, 25,508,954. Ethiopia has more. Reaching military age annually, Sudan, 1,197,393. Ethiopia, 1,989,698. Ethiopia has more. Active personnel, Sudan, 104,000. Ethiopia, 162,000. Ethiopia has more. Reserve personnel, Sudan, 85,000. Ethiopia, 0. Sudan has more. Defense budget in USD, Sudan, $2,470,000,000. Ethiopia, $350 million. Sudan has more. Total aircraft, Sudan, 190. Ethiopia, 86. Sudan has more. Combat aircraft, Sudan, 46. Ethiopia, 24. Sudan has more. Dedicated attack, Sudan, 38. Ethiopia, 0. Sudan has more. Transport aircraft, Sudan, 22. Ethiopia, 9. Sudan has more. Trainers aircraft, Sudan, 11. Ethiopia, 20. Ethiopia has more. Helicopters, Sudan, 73. Ethiopia, 33. Sudan has more. Attack helicopters, Sudan, 43. Ethiopia, 8. Sudan has more. Combat tanks, Sudan, 690. Ethiopia, 400. Sudan has more. Armored vehicles, Sudan, 400. Ethiopia, 114. Sudan has more. Self-propelled artillery, Sudan, 10. Ethiopia, 67. Ethiopia has more. Field artillery, Sudan, 0. Ethiopia, 650. Ethiopia has more. Rocket projectors, Sudan, 0. Ethiopia, 183. Ethiopia has more. Fleet strength, Sudan, 18. Ethiopia, 0. Sudan has more. Coastal patrol, Sudan, 12. Ethiopia, 0. Sudan has more.